They watched the Captain Kirk to its end, and then they went to bed. But Poole sat up against his pillow, smoking and brooding. Beside him, Sarah stirred restlessly, wondering why he did not turn off the light. 11:50. It would happen any time now. "Sarah," he said, "I want your help. In a very few minutes, something strange will happen to me. It won't last long, but I want you to watch me carefully. See if he gestured, show any changes. If I seem to go to sleep, or if I talk nonsense, or," he wanted to say, "if I disappear," but he did not. "I won't do you any harm, but I think it might be a good idea if you armed yourself. Do you have your anti-mugging gun with you?" "In my purse." She had become fully awake now. Sitting in bed, she gazed at him with wild fright, her ample shoulders tanned and freckled in the light of the room. He got her gun for her. The room stiffened into paralyzed immobility. Then the colors began to drain away. Objects diminished until smoke-like, then they flitted away into shadows. Darkness filmed everything as the objects in the room became weaker and weaker. The last dim light dying out, Poole realized. He squinted, trying to see. He made out Sarah Benton sitting in on the bed, a two-dimensional figure that doll-like had been propped up, there to fade and dwindle. Random gusts of dematerialized substance eddied about in unstable clouds. The elements collected, fell apart, then collected once again. And then the last heat, energy, and light dissipated. The room closed over and fell into itself, as if sealed off from reality. And at that point, absolute blackness replaced everything. Space without depth, not nocturnal, but rather stiff and unyielding. And in addition, he heard nothing. Reaching, he tried to touch something, but he had nothing to reach with. Awareness of his own body had departed along with everything else in the universe. He had no hands, and even if he had, they would be nothing for them to feel. "I'm still right about the way the damn tape works," he said to himself, using a non-existent mouth to communicate an invisible message. "Will this pass in 10 minutes? He asked himself. "Am I right about that too?" He waited, but he knew intuitively that his time sense had departed with everything else. "I can only wait," he realized, "and hope it won't be long." To pace himself, he thought, "I'll make up an encyclopedia. I'll try to list everything that begins with an A. Let's see," he pondered. "Apple, automobile, Axitron, atmosphere, Atlantic, tomato, aspic, advertising." He thought on and on, categories slathering through his fright-haunted mind. All at once, light flickered on. He lay on the couch in the living room, and mild sunlight spilled in through the single window. Two men bent over him, their hands full of tools. Maintenance men, he realized. "They've been working on me." "He's conscious," one of the technicians said. He rose, stood back. Sarah Benton, dithering with anxiety, replaced him. "Thank God," she said, breathing wetly in Poole's ear. "I was so afraid. I called Mr. Densman finally about..." "What happened?" Poole broke in harshly. "Start from the beginning, and for God's sakes, please speak slowly so I can assimilate it all. Sarah composed herself, paused to rub her nose, and then plunged on nervously. You passed out. You just lay there as if you were dead. I waited until 2:30 and you did nothing. I called Mr. Densman, waking him up unfortunately, and he called the electric and maintenance. I mean, the organic Roby maintenance people. And these two men came about 4:45 and they've been working on you ever since. It's now 6:15 in the morning and I'm very cold and I want to go to bed and I can't make it to the office today. I really can't. She turned away, sniffling. The sound annoyed him. One of the uniformed maintenance men said, You've been playing around your reality tape. Yes, Poole said. Why deny it? Obviously they had found the inserted solid strip. I shouldn't have been out that long, he said. I inserted a 10-minute stripe only. It shut off the tape transport, the technician explained. The tape stopped moving forward. Your insertion jammed it, and it automatically shut down to avoid tearing the tape. Why would you want to fiddle around with that? Don't you know what you could do? I'm not sure, Poole said. But you have a good idea, Poole said, acridly. That's why I'm doing it. Your bill, the maintenance man said, is going to be 95 frogs, payable in installments, if you so desire. Okay, he said. He sat up, groggily, rubbed his eyes, and grimaced. His head ached, and his stomach felt totally empty.